I want to share an observation and probably an habit that we should keep in this, at least for this 2026. Then in 2027 we will rethink about it. But so what is my observation? I've been observing myself, and in the last 3 years since I started using AI, basically I've been drawn more and more in the use of interacting with the analog. Okay, from using the modular synth here, all analog, you plug, you make sounds by twisting real knobs, not inside the computer, to actually write pen and paper and working in nature and so on. Okay, more the time passes, more I work with AI, and I notice more I need this. And I'm growing, okay? I'm adding analog things to do, which in reality is for who I am, for how I've been grew up. This is weird, okay? Because I'm been always be the one to somehow deep dive inside the new technology, adopt it, implement, innovate with it, and create maybe a new business, a new protocol, a new way of working. Okay, I've always been that person. Now with AI, something is changing. So you might say, okay, you're getting older. That's what is changing. But no, in reality, it's yeah, I'm getting older, but it's not. That is not it. Okay, there is a part of the maturity that comes with getting older. What is changing is because I've done some thinking. I still do the thinking. So what is happening while when you use with AI? When you use AI, what you do, you go inside the AI world. Okay, the AI world is a probabilistic world. It's not a world like in the deterministic one. Okay, that is physics. Is there. Things are solid. Okay, they don't move. Okay, there's a lot of friction doing anything in everything. So from writing, there is friction. You need to, it takes time and a lot of work. You get tired, you feel the muscle. Working with analog, you need to plug and think every single sound. There is a lot of friction in this reality. In the AI world, there is basically none. It's frictionless, and there is this reality that is based on probability. So in that reality, only probability exists. There is not deterministic. There's nothing that is deterministic there. So even if you put your reality there, AI doesn't get it because it doesn't know. It doesn't work like us. So it works out of this probabilistic. Everything become an hallucination. And then it's our job to keep this AI steady. And as a prompt engineer, as an architect that write when you build your custom AI, what you're trying to do is to make a system that is solid, is stable, that just do one thing, okay, that do the one thing well. By one thing, I'm not saying only one task, okay? One thing means that you build basically a world for this AI to reason within, because you want to be connected to a specific reality, which can be your work, your job, your hobby, whatever. Okay. In my case, it's a world that is the AI augment my abilities. Okay, so it's a kind of way to expand my abilities. So that means the AI needs to know me perfectly, and it needs to know my protocols. It needs to know my memory. It needs to know it needs to have my worldview. So he has my philosophy. So he has all the elements needed to stay in line with me as much as possible, interact with my reality as much as possible. But nevertheless, it doesn't. Okay, because he's always drifting. He's always drifting. Our job is always to check. It drift in the wrong direction. Now I need to fix it. I need to do this. I need to do that. So, and it's not because no, if you do the AI properly, it's not gonna drift. No, the AI drift because it's probabilistic. That is their. I would say that is their beauty. Okay, because that is the alien intelligence that we have. So we are deterministic. We have our own way of reasoning and doing things. They are aliens. Okay, they are different. They have a different way of working, and that is beautiful. Finally, we have this alien intelligence to interact with. But we need to recognize it and see the limit and see what's happened to us when we step inside their world. Now, on one side, it's really taxing for our brain to work in this probabilistic thing. But now that you know, now that I know, now that I'm aware about this, I have two things to do. Okay, one, I need to counterbalance that reality. So I counterbalance that reality by adding more analog experience in my life. Okay, cooking and writing down with pen and paper, play with analog instrument, do all the things that actually are away from computers and digital and AI. Okay, so don't mix the two things together. Stay completely away, because in that moment you reconnect with reality. Think about the movie Inception. Okay, they had the spinning top, I think it's called. The That thing would spin for forever if they were inside the dream. Okay, but when they were outside, the spinning top would drop. Okay, that was the only thing that would connect them and be sure, okay, this is the real world. That's what we need to give to our brain. Okay, we need to give the real world. It needs to stay in something that is, let's call it safe, real, and deterministic. So we can go back in this probabilistic scenario and work and do our work. But that balance is what we need to find. And there is no the right way of balancing. Each one of us is different for the different age, maybe, but also because we are different. Okay, so the skill that we need to learn is to listen to yourself and say, okay, now this reality that I need to listen to. Okay, what is telling me? And if you're not in contact with yourself, then it's difficult to listen to yourself. So I give you a rule. Okay, I give you a rule. So the rule is, start doing maybe your journaling. Okay, that is doesn't need you do the analog moment of your day can be productive, so can be connected with your job, your hobby, whatever, but can be even something completely new. Okay, something you start write poetry, you start write a book, a novel, ideas, or you start to play an instrument. You get like what is it? You get a guitar. Okay, you get something that is, but do it away from computer. Okay, balance it in one way. Buying a little book is cheap, and a pencil is cheap, so everybody can do it. There is no excuses. But listen to yourself. Start to listen. Start to notice if you are being affected by this probabilistic world. Now, I'm not suggesting to stop. Okay, what I'm suggesting here is to find the right balance. We don't know what's the right balance. We don't know the long-term effect of living inside this probabilistic world. So that is one thing that we need to all do. We should all do it, okay? And I think it's really good for us. The other thing is, now we are aware that we are actually interacting with an alien. Okay, this is an alien intelligent, an alien, and you might say, but this is not intelligent because it's not like us. Yeah, exactly. It's not like us. That's why I call it alien intelligence. Okay, this is something that is different from us, work differently, so we shouldn't expect to be like us or work like us. But the thing is, while AI at the moment, and maybe will change once the AI is embodied inside a computer, a robot, but while the AI cannot join our world, the deterministic world, we can join the AI probabilistic one. So it is us that we need to be in control of this. It is us that need to understand what's the right balance. And it is us to be aware that is a probabilistic one. And this is happening to my brain. And this is what I should do to balance it. Okay, but also this is what I should do to deal with AI. Okay, so AI is probabilistic. It's not like us. Therefore, it's an alien. Therefore, I am to be aware that everything it does, it's plausible. It's not real. It looks like real. It's a mimic of reality. It's 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 I'm not pushing down, okay, on this technology, because it can be used amazing. I've been doing amazing stuff, so I'm really happy about it, and I'm not complaining about this reality. What we need to think is, how can we make this probabilistic be something that we can trust more? Because that's what we need. Okay, we need an AI that we can trust. And that's my point. Okay, end of the point. So what I'd like you to do is to tell me in the comment below what is happening to you. Okay, are you been experiencing this? You're not experiencing this? You think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? You think there is something that I'm not noticing? This is my observation. Tell me your observation. Okay, like and subscribe, and see you next time. Ciao.